Welcome back to Just a Verse. My name is Bridget, and I pick just a verse from the Bible, go into detail on that verse, and support it with instances, stories, and experiences. So let's jump right into the video. The verse we're going to be working on is 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 12, and it says, "We do not dare to classify or compare ourselves to those who commend themselves. When they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves by themselves, they are not wise." So, as usual, we're gonna give a brief summary of what that chapter was about. In that chapter, Paul was defending his character because people were saying that he doesn't really have the qualifications to be an apostle. They were saying how he doesn't really have the looks and how he was timid in person, but he had mouth like on paper. So they were saying, he has mouth on paper, but like he's not the same in person. And Paul disagreed with them. Paul said he just has the characteristics of Jesus, and then he's not afraid. Like the same person he is when he's writing, that's the same person he is in person. So Paul was not tolerating this practice of the people, and the people were saying that they're the ones who deserve to be an apostle, right? So Paul said, instead of you boasting about these worldly things, you're supposed to boast in the Lord. Yeah, so that's what that chapter was about. What does that verse mean? Okay, so we know that it means that, people think of themselves highly, people praise themselves, and we shouldn't be like those people. People compare themselves and they ask themselves whether they're better or worse, right? And Paul was saying that it's just not wise. So that's the meaning of that verse, right? So now, in this video, I am going to give you 3 reasons why it's unwise to compare yourself. Now, there is like a healthy comparison, right? And that is when you admire somebody. Let's just say somebody has gotten to a certain level, and then you just want to follow their procedure. You just want to follow, their steps. That is a healthy comparison, because maybe you're just like, you know what? If that person could do this, I can do the same thing too. That is like, that person is an inspiration. So in that case, that is like a healthy comparison, because you're not really thinking whether you're better or worse, right? Yeah. But in this video, I am going to be focusing more on people thinking that they're worse than others. So I'm going to be focusing more on that side. Like people comparing themselves and thinking that they're worse than others. That's what I'm going to be focusing on in this video. So I'm going to give 3 reasons why it's just unwise to compare yourself to others. All right, so the first reason why it's unwise to compare yourself is that God made you that way for a good reason. For instance, let's just say somebody, right? Let's just say this person is a fashion designer. She designs clothes and stuff like that, right? So this person compare herself to a lawyer, and this person is sad because they just compare themselves and just think that they would have been better if she was a lawyer, right? Okay, so now this person is still designing her clothes, but all of a sudden this person is so good in what she does. She's so good in designing that now she's designing presidents' clothes, celebrities' clothes, and now she is really known. Like she has a lot of money because she is designing big people's clothes, right? So we see that if this person was a lawyer, maybe she wouldn't have been on that level that she is right now. So we do see that God made this person that way for a good reason. God made this person a fashion designer because that's exactly where he placed her. So we do see that it's unwise to compare yourself because God made this person that way for a very good reason. The next one that I'm going to talk about is, people comparing their bodies. Now, I know that women tend to do that a lot. I don't know, maybe men do that too, but I know that women usually do that, right? They compare their bodies. Like, I wish I was this, maybe I wish I was tall, maybe I wish I was shorter, maybe I wish I was bigger, maybe I wish I was, stuff like that. But let's call this girl Lola. So Lola has been comparing her body, like, I wish I was this, I wish I was this type of body. Her whole life she's been complaining about her body. So one day Lola meets somebody, and this person introduces this opportunity to her, like, hey, I just started this clothing line, and you have the type of body that I'm looking for, for this clothing line. So what I want you to do is, like, take some pictures for the website, and I'm gonna start paying you. Like, I need your type of body for the clothes. So let's just say the body that Lola was thinking about, if she had that type of body, maybe she would have not gotten that offer. She wouldn't, because that person was looking for her type of body, not the type of body that Lola has always dreamt of. So we do see that God made Lola that way for a good reason, because now she has this big opportunity that's going to change her life forever. The second reason is everyone was created differently, right? We're going to call this person R. R. So let's just say R, right, is comparing himself to, like, his friend that's on, like, a high level. Now R is comparing himself to this person, but R doesn't know what this person has been through. R doesn't know the amount of prayers that this person did before he got to that level. R doesn't even know that this person almost died. Like, the road that he went through before he got to that level was really tough. Like, this person almost died before he got to that level, right? But this person was able to handle whatever that he went through because he has the strength for it. He has the ability to go through that road. But R doesn't have the ability. Maybe if R was the one who went through the same road that this person went through, R probably wouldn't have survived. That's because everyone was created differently. So you comparing yourself to this person is really unwise, because God knows that if you had to go through that road, you probably wouldn't have survived, because that was just according to his ability, right? Now, the road that God has for you is also different. Probably this person cannot go through that same road that God has for you, because that person don't have the ability like how you do, because you were created differently. So the road that you could probably go through, that person cannot go through that same road, because everyone was created differently. So it's really unwise for us to compare ourselves, because everyone is different. So another one would be, let's call this person her. So her is comparing herself to let's just say, I'm trying to use something, okay, a doctor, right? But now the doctor, the doctor has the qualifications of, the doctor is sympathetic, patient, caring. Meanwhile, her doesn't really have that, qualifications, right? So, like, her wants to be a doctor because of the title, right? But she doesn't really have the qualifications to be a doctor, because everyone was created differently. The doctor is a doctor because he does have the qualifications to be a doctor. But there's something that her could be really good at, that she really qualifies for, that the doctor might not qualify. So everyone was created differently. That's why it's really not wise to compare yourself to anyone. Now, the last reason is that person might lack something that you have. Let's say this person looks like they have everything all together, like looks, good career, everything, everything all together, and someone is just there comparing themselves to this person, that, oh, I'm nowhere near this person or this person. So like, you just, comparing themselves. Meanwhile, this person has like a secret illness. This person who looks like, they got everything all together, has like a secret illness. So when nobody is there, this person just cries because they're suffering, they're sick, they have an illness. And that person wishes that they had a good health. So they're lacking something that you have. They wish that they had good health like you do. So why will someone compare themselves to this person, thinking that, they got everything all together? Meanwhile, that person even wish that they had good health like how you do. Another one is someone has a really good job, right, with a lot of money, and then this person is there comparing themselves, like, wow, this person has more money than I do. But the thing is, this person who has a lot of money is not even happy at work. Maybe they have mean bosses. Maybe they're just not happy. They don't like their job. They're suffering, even though they have good money, but they don't have the happiness. They're not happy at what they do. But you have less money, right? But you're happy at your job. Like, you have friendly bosses. You just love what you do. You're just happy, even though you have lesser money compared to that person, right? But we do see that that person is lacking something that you have, because they wish they were happy. They wish they had good bosses. They wish they always go to work with a good mood. They wish they had the happiness, but they don't have the happiness like how you have, right? They don't have it. So we do see that it's very unwise to compare yourself, because one of the reasons why it's just not wise is because that person that you're comparing yourself to, they might lack something that you have. Comparing yourself can cause you to not be grateful to God. You could start thinking that, oh, God didn't create you well, and then you're not gonna thank God, and that's just gonna ruin the relationship that you have with God. And also, comparing yourself can cause jealousy. And once you develop jealousy, we know that jealousy is not a good thing, because even the Bible is against it, right? That's what the enemy causes. The enemy causes jealousy. So comparing yourself is just not good. If you think that you're not happy with level that you are right now, know that God just works according to his time, and you are gonna get to the level that you want to. Just keep praying. If God created you to be on that level, no matter what, he's going to place you there. But don't compare yourself to somebody, because you were uniquely, beautifully, you were wonderfully made by God. You were made in God's image. So God will not make somebody better than you. God loves everyone equally. So yeah, let us try not to compare ourselves, no matter how inferior you think you are. So I elaborated on 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 12. And Paul was just saying that it's just unwise to compare yourself to others, since that was what people were doing. But I focus more on people comparing themselves, thinking that others are better than them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you. Don't forget to like this video, comment, like, share, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so whenever I do upload a new video, you will be the first person to watch it. Thank you once again, and if God permits, see you when I upload my next video.